Hey guys, welcome back. Got a little work done this week on the MG. We haven't I didn't film too much of it. It was just stuff, little bits here and there. It was more minutes than the hour. But I did get the carburetor, one of the carburetors pulled apart. I wanted to pull it apart and inspect it before I ordered any parts. Found some interesting stuff. We'll flip it around and show you here. And we got a bunch of parts on order. Stuff's coming, and some of it showed up already. Some of it hasn't, so I'm hoping the rest will show up on Monday. Today's Sunday. So let me show you where we're at, and we'll go from there. See, we got the carburetor all pulled apart. It's actually pretty clean. It's not too bad. We're going to still run it through the ultrasonic cleaner anyway. You can see we got the rebuild kit already here. We are going to have to wait a little bit longer, and I will explain why here. So the kit we bought was the super expensive one, because as you can see on here, there's some tack welds on this bracket. And the reason they did that is the shaft was broken. So I'm still waiting for this nut to show up. It was all gooed in there, and I figured I'm not going to deal with it. I'm just going to order a new nut for the couple bucks that it is. So the shaft was broken. We did that. So the kit we got was the super expensive one that has the new throttle shafts in it, and it still feels pretty tight. I think it's going to be okay. Moss Motors sells a repair kit, but it's like really expensive. And then all the ones on Amazon and eBay that do this size shaft all have really bad reviews, but it's pretty tight. I think it's going to be okay. When I sprayed the carburetor when it was running, I sprayed the shafts and it didn't seem to change the pitch of the throttle at all, so I think that's going to be okay. And you know, there was a little bit of seepage around there, but I don't think it was anything when we were doing it. So I think we're going to be okay on that. So still just waiting on some parts for the rebuild the carburetor. I only got one apart, so I got the other one so I can reference it. And then we'll go from there. I do have some stuff we can do, and we're going to go back to the car, and I'll show you that. Welcome back. You can see we got the carburetors off. Left the heat shield attached to the throttle cable. It was just easier to leave it apart. But when we were running the engine and looking, I could see that there's some rocker covers here for the, or not rocker covers, lifter covers for in here, and they were leaking pretty bad, so I went ahead and ordered new gaskets for that. But to do that, I got to pull off the exhaust manifold, which is fine because the exhaust gaskets were leaking pretty bad, and I found some weird stuff there, so I need to get the exhaust manifold off so I can actually get a good look at it. So that's the first thing we're going to do is here pull off this the intake manifold, because they're all attached with the same bolts, because it's not a cross flow head. Everything's on the same side. All right, pulling the stud out here. Awesome. And as you can see, all those gaskets are blown out, and I'm not really sure how those work. I think that's some sort of press fit that locks onto the pipe, because the pipe's got a ridge on it. We'll have to work on getting those apart and taking a better look at it. That gasket was falling apart, so that was probably a leak there. Falling apart, and that was all blown out. That one looks like it's leaking a little bit right there too. So we'll clean all this stuff up and go from there, but everything looks pretty good. You can see these rocker covers. I think you can see that in there. And we'll move the camera a bit. And zoom in. These were leaking real good along here. Both of these, so only one nut on there. So we'll see how that. Oh, that's like finger tight. Oh, that's really good. That's all. That. That, I don't even know if that was threaded into anything. Well, we'll see here in a second. This one doesn't look much better. It's about the same. This one feels like it's actually threaded into something, so hopefully there's nothing broke on the block. Well, that's got much oil in it. That's a good sign, I guess. Let's go bust out our trusty prying screwdriver. Some sort of crank case ventilation there. There we go. Yeah, I have to scrape all those gaskets off of here. I think the gasket is mainly on this one, on this side. Oh god. I have to get some towels in there or something. Let's see here. That's that one. Let's see. Well, that thread's in there. It's not stripped out or broken or anything, so that's a good thing. All right. Well, we'll clean all this stuff up and put that back together with the new gaskets. I'll bring it back once this is all cleaned up. This is not something you guys need to or even care to watch. Well, I decided to sort a few things. I just stuffed a bunch of paper towel in there to keep some of this trash out, and I'm just going to scrape the thing. I didn't want little pieces of gasket getting inside the motor. I don't know if that's how you're supposed to do it, but that's what I came up with. Okay, you can see we kind of cleaned everything up a little bit better over here. It's not perfect. I'd like at some point to power wash the engine bay, but I'm nervous with old British electrical. It does not hold up very well, so we'll play that by ear, see how everything is at first. But here, get this in. Go. See, it's not the cork. I ordered the silicone. Hopefully this will seal up a little bit better and not leak. Make sure it's all seated well. Don't want to over tighten it. But here, I think that's going to be good. Clean all the mating surfaces up here. Put that back in. Didn't wipe that off. But it really matters. It's just going back in an oil bath. But let's wipe it off. Okay. Nope, knock the gasket off. That's no good. I'm about to drop the bolt too. Struggling over here. Here we go. Got it. Got it. All right, here we go. Let's get that on there pretty straight. Logo. I believe that's the print cancellation. Can't see that gasket as well. Hopefully that is all okay. Seems like it. Stick that back in there. All right. Well, I think that's going to be it. Okay, so I was looking at this exhaust. It's a little bit different than I've ever seen before. There's like it's expand. There's a lip here. You can kind of see it on these. And then it goes up into the exhaust. And there's just like a donut that I ordered for it. I'm like, well, how does that work? So apparently, you put that on there. And then you put the donut. And then that goes up there. And it just kind of crushes it and holds it in place. And these were all blown out on that one. So it's kind of weird looking. But I'm assuming it works. I mean, I didn't see anything about people modifying them, but man, it crushes in there and it looks like it necks down the exhaust quite a bit. You can see like where it was hitting that, so I don't know about that. We'll see what we can do when we actually go to put this all back together with new gaskets and everything. Alright guys, that's going to be it for today. Click the like, subscribe, all that jazz. Thanks.